The Semper Doggin podcast is proud to present Doggin Tuesday. These episodes are a lighthearted look behind the scenes of Semper Doggin and are recorded live every other Tuesday on the Semper Doggin podcast Facebook page. With featured guests, listener interaction, and good old-fashioned conversation, these Doggin Tuesday episodes are fun for all canine fanciers. Be sure to follow the Semper Doggin Facebook page and join us live on our next Doggin Tuesday recording. The Semper Doggin podcast is proudly presented to you by Froggy Bottom Outdoors. Froggy Bottom Outdoors is the newest outdoor and hunting supply, habitat management, and livestock feed provider in the Midwest. With a wide variety of products, a unique business model, and a dedicated team of individuals who are eager to provide their customers with an unparalleled shopping experience, you will not have to search any further than Froggy Bottom Outdoors. With brands such as Garmin, Yoder Nylon, Banks Hunting Blinds, Razor Hunting Gear, Purina Mills, Kalmbach Feeds, Inukshuk, Real World Products, and many more, Froggy Bottom Outdoors has you covered from the farm to the woods. Visit FroggyBottomOutdoors.com today and follow them on Facebook to see how they can help you. Not finding what you're looking for online? No problem. Feel free to give the store a call at 765-330-2098. The team at Froggy Bottom Outdoors is excited to get to know you and would be glad to answer any questions you may have.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and kick this off. It's 8:02 Doggin Tuesday. So me and Bryce had the great opportunity to go down to Winter Classics. As I went down to Winter Classics, I got to actually listen to the Grand American podcast that was released. Make sure you go and listen to it. It's a real good listen. It really, in my opinion, it really hits home for what we're trying to do here at Semper Doggin, and that is not just talk to the guys that are big into the game, not just the top-notch competition hunters, but if you go and listen to it, he's got some kids on there that talk about, you know, how he strikes and treats his dog, and I think it really hits home on how much just time in the woods with each other means, the camaraderie, the building the memories with the kids, and the stories that we're able to tell later on. So go take a listen to the Grand American wrap-up that Bryce did with all the different I'm headed to the internet first thing tomorrow. We'll get her figured out. Bryce got on here and he was a little broken up again, so there's something going on with his internet, so we'll figure it out and get him back on here, because we all know that he's a little better at this than I am. So but I'll do the best I can and hold down the fort till he's able to get back. But going back to the podcast at hand, there was a lot of product in that podcast, a lot of not just big name guys telling about a dog that's winning, but it's more of stories. It's and I think we really embodied that down at Winter Classic too. We were really out there pushing Semper Doggin, really out there just pushing, getting older guys to sit down and tell us a story. We were down there passing out cards, and you know, I'd see an older gentleman walk by, and I'd say, you know, I'd talk to him and ask him, "Sir, how long have you been coon hunting?" You know, he'd say, "Well, Sonny, I've been coon hunting since 1962 or whatever, you know." And I'd tell him, "Hey, I guarantee you got a good story. There's Mr. Caleb Griffin." We were able to snag him up and get him on the Winter Classic podcast. So once we get done editing that and get that released out to you guys, you'll get to hear Mr. Caleb Griffin tell a few stories. But that was my big motive down at Winter Classic, was get some of the older guys and have them sit down and tell us a story. Without documenting these stories, they go away. You know, I think we all have that 3 or 4 different stories in their head of when they were a kid, or whenever they did this, or their buddy did this, or their grandfather did this, or whatever. It really sticks in your head. And if we don't get that documented, if we don't tell the story for our kids to hear, how are you ever going to be able to pass that along? So that's something that we here at Semper Doggin are really motivated to do, is just document those untold stories, document those memories of passion between the different hunters, whether it doesn't just have to be coon hunting, it can be deer hunting, it can be about the first buck you ever shot, or the first coyote hunt you ever went on, or the mountain lion hunt you went on in Montana, or whatever. If you've got a really good, neat story, make sure you PM me or Bryce and let us know. Give us kind of a rundown of the details. We'd love to get you on here, love to get you mic'd up so that you can tell the story and we can document it. That way everybody can share in that story. I think if you go through some of the podcast, as I was driving down to work last night, coming back to work, I was driving, and it really laid on me to listen to Brent Reeves in the country life. And I listened to a couple different ones of his. Shout out to Mr. Reeves. We got him on our Winter Classic, got him to sit down and tell us a story too. But I really listened to his storytelling, and it really makes me even double down on the fact that we need to document these stories. We need to tell the stories of old so that they pass on to the pass on to our kids, pass on to our our relatives, and so on and so on. You guys are freaking awesome. That was a highlight of my trip. Hey, yes sir, Mr. Caleb Griffin, guys, top notch guys, Semper Fi, a brother of mine, Marine brother of mine. So we definitely enjoyed having him down there, sitting down talking with him, and hoping him the best of luck coming up at the Tournament of Champions, as he's had great success at that hunt, and we hope that he actually finishes the deal this time and wins that whole thing. So we want to give a shout out to Mr. Caleb Griffin and Preacher Man. Good luck down there. But like I said, guys, that was our main motive for going down there, was just promote Semper Doggin. Promote it. We believe in it. Me and Bryce do. As anything, there's growing pains. Bryce is having technical difficulty. Me and Bryce were sitting there talking about the projection and how fast it's growing. And, me and him are optimists. We don't do anything slow. So we kind of had a conversation about it, and me and him were talking about how we wish it would just, take off faster, whatever. We could do this better. We could do that better. And, it's the same thing over and over, guys. I lean back on him and I tell him, I said, Bub, what did we talk about in our first podcast? And that was the fact that if this is nothing more than two guys just shooting the bull and recording it for our kids to hear it later on, then what have we really done wrong? Nothing. My kids will always be able to go back and listen to these podcasts and hear the passion of hunting, hear the passion of dog, hear the passion of training, hear the passion of camaraderie that I have with my fellow houndsmen. And that's really all we're here to push, a little bit of camaraderie, bringing people together. So me and Bryce went down there, had a great time, got to see a bunch of our friends, was able to promote Semper Doggin. And in my eyes, I think we were pretty successful, even though, we might have not did exactly, say in the merchandise sales that we wanted to, or this, that, or the other. We did something that meant more, and that was we were able to get some people behind the chair and document some stories that mean something to them and eventually will mean something to us because we're able to hear it. Yes, Becky, promoting tradition. Couldn't have said it any better. I mean, that's the whole embodiment behind Semper Doggin. So we appreciate all of you guys supporting us. Like I said, like, share. We're on everything from YouTube to Spotify to iHeartRadio. We're on everything from, like I said, Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio, So go like, share us. We appreciate everybody that does that. It helps us, Bryce and his algorithms, and how he's able to see how many people download it and subscribe to it and all this, that, and the other. So I'm more of the hands-on type person. So once again, we appreciate everybody that came by the Winter Classic booth. There's a bunch of people. Bryce had an awesome moment. I wish he was on here to tell it. So they were first day, Monday, they were up at Froggy Bottom Outdoors. They had a guy that drove over an hour to see Bryce. He had heard he had heard our podcast and wanted to see what the Froggy Bottoms Outdoors was really all about. And so he drove over an hour to the store just to see what it was all about, found Bryce, let him know that he heard it on the podcast. So that really made Bryce's day. That made Bryce's day, having somebody hear it on the podcast and then turn around. Hey, Shane, that would be pretty funny. The one time you agree to come on Doggin Tuesday is the one time that Bryce cannot make it. That would be a slap in his face. And Bryce is already commenting. As you guys know, hey, this is the unedited version of our podcast. This is where we interact. I'm not one for technical savvy. I'm not one for script writing. So I just kind of fly by the seat of my pants. I'm here doing it solo since Bryce can't get his technical difficulties under wraps. So we're just here spitting it, and hopefully it all comes out well. We will be dropping this episode. It's going to be a short one, especially since I'm here talking to myself. So we'll be dropping this episode on Wednesday. Actually, we're going to try something. Let's see if this works. Since Mr. Bryce Matthews can't make it, but tomorrow. Oh, Bryce, tomorrow, huh? But anyways, like I said, guys, thank you guys for coming and seeing us. We were able to set up with Mr. J. Lash down at Winter Classics. Make sure you go follow him on Facebook, Lee Angle Blinds. He does an awesome job. Does an awesome job with the kennels. He can make them however you want. I know that some of the kennels he had down there were not only had all the electric, and it had all the bells and whistles. Something that we're going to try to get with Mr. Lash on. So I know some of the kennels down there we were able to get in one of our live feeds. He's got awesome packages, anything that you can think of that you want on it. So the model he had down there had lights and receptacles. It's a 2-bay 4x8 with houses on it. Was going for $27.25. The basic model, that's without the lights, just the kennel and the barrels, was $1,600. So, like I said, Mr. J. Lash, we appreciate you, buddy, sharing your space with us. Not only that, but the camaraderie that we built with him. There's Mr. Wesley out in Virginia. Oh, hey, Bryce, I tried to bring Caleb on, and he was not accepting my ad. So I think he's a little camera shy at the moment, which I've never known a Marine to be camera shy, but hey, it is what it is. We got some big things in store, guys. We're going to be getting new logos out. We're going to be building there's Mr. Caleb. We'll get Mr. Caleb on here. We're going to be getting some new logos out, getting our website up and going. So make sure whenever we share that, make sure you guys go over to our webpage and make sure you get your merchandise for Semper Doggin. There's Mr. Shane Patton. We're waiting on Mr. Caleb to join us. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Mr. Caleb Griffin don't know how to accept an invite either. So crayon contest. Oh, here we go. Here we go with Wesley and his comments. Hey, we do like Great Buddy, by the way. Just saying. So I got back on the road, and Bryce made it home all the way up to Peru safe. It's about a 10-hour drive for him. I think our next one is going to be maybe Walker Days. We're not 100% sure yet. So depending on what's on Bryce's schedule and my schedule. I'm still here in Elizabethtown, so still down here at the battery plant trying to work, not really doing much coon hunting right now. So, Mr. Daniel Nelson, appreciate you guys. There's Mr. Ben Roberts here. Let's see if we can get Caleb. One more time, Caleb. Yeah, it's not allowing Caleb to join me, so there's not really much more that we have to go into today, guys. It's going to be kind of a short one. Go over, check out Froggy Bottom Outdoors one more time, and also Never Satisfied Off-Road. Like and share this page. Like and share us. Follow us. We will have another one drop next Friday. I believe that is for all you coyote hunters. Dalton Hilliard and his podcast will be next Friday. Once again, we appreciate all your support. And until next time, keep Semper Doggin.
We all know that canines can take us to some wild places, and some of those are only accessible by an off-road vehicle. No matter how hard you try to maintain your ride, something is bound to break on one of your adventures. When you find yourself looking for replacement parts, or maybe even a few upgraded parts to further try and prevent a breakdown, look no further than Never Satisfied Off-Road. Joey Goforth is the proud new owner of Never Satisfied Off-Road and is ready to serve you. Performance accessories such as lift kits, portals, tires, and more can all be found at Never Satisfied Off-Road. Located in Covington, Tennessee, the team at Never Satisfied Off-Road is ready to ship parts and accessories for your ride anywhere in the country. As their new website is currently being built, be sure to follow them on Facebook at Never Satisfied Off-Road 23 to keep up to date on the hottest items and sales. Give them a call at 731-693-9921 to place your order and get your ride ready to follow your canine wherever they may take you. Are you ready for the best part though? Mention that you heard this ad on the Semper Doggin podcast and you will receive a Semper Doggin approved listener discount.